Pierre the Penguin, a true story, written by Jean Marzollo and illustrated by Laura Reagan. Pierre the Penguin. And this is, as I said, a true story. Look at him. Isn't he attractive?
He is.
This is the true story of Pierre, a small penguin in a big museum. It is also about the people at the California Academy of Sciences who worked together to help him through a hard time. Down at the end of the African Hall, past statues of animals big and small, there's an aquarium wide and tall with real live penguins, 20 in all. African penguins don't like ice. For them, a warmer place is nice. Here comes Pam with fish in her pail. The penguins are fed twice a day without fail. Pam enters the tank through a sky-painted wall. The hidden door there leads into a hall. Some of the penguins look just the same. With bands, wing bands help Pam call the birds by name. One day, aquatic biologist Pam, observing the penguins, saw one in a jam. Gently, gently, she examined Pierre. His feathers were gone, his bottom was bare. Pierre was afraid to go for a swim. He'd get too cold if he dived right in. How can I help you? What can I do? Pam had ideas and tried the first two. She tried a heater and the vet prescribed pills, but nothing worked. Pierre shivered still. The other penguins grew afraid of Pierre. He looked so strange that he gave them a scare. They brayed at him as he shivered on shore. They made him feel worse than he felt before. One rainy day, biologist Pam came up with a new idea. Shazam! My dog wears a raincoat, she told the vet. Could Pierre wear a wetsuit? The vet said, you bet. Pam and a friend worked day and night to make a pattern that fit just right. The wetsuit was made of neoprene, the tiniest one you had ever seen. Carefully, Pam put on Pierre a wetsuit that a featherless penguin could wear. Standing on a rock in his new wetsuit, Pierre the Penguin looked mighty cute. He felt nice and warm, and he wanted to swim. So what did he do? He dived right in. Splash, whee! Now Pierre stood proud and tall, and nobody brayed at him at all. 6 weeks went by, and then a surprise. Pam could hardly believe her eyes. Not only was Pierre no longer cold, he had new feathers. Observe and behold. Now warm in water and warm on shore, guess who didn't need his wetsuit anymore? Pierre made a nest for his very best friend. Their story goes on, thanks to Pam. The end. And there's questions from kids with answers from Pam in the back. Why is the hall called African Hall? Because it has African animals in it. Why did Pierre lose his feathers? Well, African penguins molt or replace their feathers every year, but Pierre skipped molting for a few years, so his feathers became brittle and they just broke right off. And why did they grow back? The wetsuit kept Pierre warm enough so that he could put his energy into growing new feathers. How old was Pierre when he lost his feathers? He was about 24 years old. Pierre hatched from his egg on February 16th, 1983. Why does your dog have a raincoat? My dog came from warm Hawaii, and her raincoat helps keep her dry and warm in the cool Northern California rain. What is a wetsuit? It's a tight-fitting rubber suit that helps people stay warm in the water. Why did Pierre need a wetsuit? Well, to keep him warm and help him float while he swam. I'm going to skip a few of these. And why are there wing bands on their wings? Males have bands on their right wings, and females have the bands on their left wings. What other kinds of scientists are there? Well, there are scientists who study all types of animal life, including botanists who study plants, entomologists who study insects. What does bray mean? It's the sound that donkeys make, and African penguins also bray when they are protecting their territory. Does the hidden door lead out into the African hall? Nope, it leads into another hall. The wall and ceiling are painted like the sky. Are the rocks real? No, the rocks are made by people to look like rocks found in Boulders Beach, South Africa. That's one of the places African penguins live in the wild.